New Year's is coming. Please, please, please do not join a gym. That's right, I said that. It's that time of year. It's resolution time, right? And it's not just New Year's. I actually see this 3 times a year. So this is not an evergreen video. It's not just for the New Year's. You can watch this at any time. But what I'm urging you to do is not make a resolution to change once and for all, to get in shape, to lose the weight, to finally get back to what you once were. Don't invest in the gym and invest in all the paraphernalia and invest in all the supplements and get all geared up. Don't. And I tell you this because this is the cycle I see. I see it after the holidays. You know, people bag it. Sometime in November, they're having different parties. They have Thanksgiving. It's the holidays and they just throw in the towel. They enjoy themselves and they say, in the new year, I'm going to get back into shape. I see this again in April because most people have given up on their New Year's resolutions by then. And now in April, they're starting to think about summertime, having to shed their clothes, having to reveal themselves again, and they start worrying, and now they want to get in shape. I see this in August, September. And at this point, people have overly enjoyed their summer. They went on trips, they kind of laid off their workout routines, they overindulged, and now they need to get back on track. It's these patterns of overinvesting early, because what I would see every January, people really enthusiastic, really excited. They'd come in and they're going to work out 5 days a week and they're going to eat broccoli and rice. And they have some pictures that they've collected from Instagram of what they will look like in the next 6 months. And they're super committed, super energized for about 3 weeks. And then something happens. You know, maybe they have a child that's sick. Maybe they pull a muscle. Maybe they just kind of, get a little cough themselves. Something comes up. And 5 days a week goes to 3 days a week. And the broccoli and rice, other things start to slip in. Suddenly there's a little Chipotle in there somewhere. We slip a little bit. We've been really good. And then that goes to 2 times a week and 1 time a week. And usually sometime in February, these people just drop off. They keep the membership oftentimes, and then they come back in April, as I said, and then they come back in September, and they're just spinning through these memberships, overcommitting, creating these unrealistic expectations for themselves, and then failing, and then, going through all the guilt and the shame and the self-abuse. So I'm just telling you, please don't do this. All right. You did not get wherever you are in this moment in 6 weeks or 6 months. Okay. We are a product of our everyday habits, good and bad. So if we're 20 to 30 pounds overweight, that does not come off in 6 weeks. If we feel like we've not really been to the gym and not really had a committed exercise routine, we can't go back to what we were doing a decade ago or 2 decades ago. Your body is not the same body. You are not the same person. So you have to start with some realistic expectations and understand it's about committing to new habits that you can instill and maintain. So we need to make little choices. I would prefer, and this is what I would encourage in my own clients and when I was working at gyms, please commit to 2 times a week. What can you honestly commit to that you can sustain for an entire year? Is it 1 time a week? Is it 2 times a week? I don't want this desire, this over urgent desire to get this done now by overworking, because it's not realistic. 2 times a week that fits into your busy life, that is sustainable, will yield better results for correcting the course of your health over the span of a year than 5 times a week with nothing but broccoli and rice for 3 weeks. So make it manageable and only change one thing. I would not overly commit to a crazy diet. Okay. I would say, hey, you can say in the new year, I'm going to recommit to going to the gym 2 days a week. Perhaps on the other days, I'm going to walk. Perhaps I'm going to sit less. I'll stand up while I work. You can make small adjustments that are easily assimilated and adapted into your day. But it can't be radical because you'll fail. No matter how desperate you feel, think about you in 12 months, not you in 3. Think about you a year from now and commit to that person twice a week. If it's a dietary issue, make one small change. Your body has been physiologically conditioned to consume whatever it is you consume. Our food is engineered to change our brains, to change our physiologies, to make us desire this food. So even if you want to stop drinking soda pop, you can't just stop drinking soda pop. Again, you can last for a little while. It will haunt you and it will bring you back. So instead, and I did this about 40 years ago, you simply never tell yourself no, but you can change your consumption habits. So when I was 19, 20, I probably drank anywhere from 8 to 10 Cokes a day. That was my beverage. That was really all that I drank. I didn't drink coffee at the time. Soda pop was what I drank. And I knew it was bad for me and all of these things, and I wanted to quit. And somebody gave me this advice, and I'm passing it on to you. And it was to not tell myself no, but simply take one Coke away. So for a month, I drank, 9 Cokes a day. And then the next month, I drank 8 Cokes a day. And so on and so forth until it was 0, all right? Until I had completely lost the taste for Coke. And that's been decades. Once in a blue moon, I will have a taste for a soda pop. Maybe we're at a movie and I take one sip and it's more than I can handle and it's more than I need for years ahead. So don't abuse yourself. Don't punish yourself. Don't feel like your body is this thing you now have to correct and whip back into shape. Accept where you are. Have a realistic objective in your mind of where you want to be, realistic in a year. Okay, if you're 40 pounds overweight, shredded in a year is not a realistic expectation of long-term change. Okay, we can make short-term changes, but most people that do that, you check with them another year later and they're back to where they began because they haven't fully changed their body. So please do not overcommit in the new year. Take some small changes that put you in the direction you want to go to be a better you. This is Randy with the Living Well Blueprint. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please like and subscribe. If you've already done so, I really do appreciate that. Any comments, any questions, please leave those below and I'll get back on those as soon as I can. Until next time, take care.